Abundant Traveler, and welcome to the channel. This video is all about free things to do in Austin, Texas. So if you're coming to visit this town, there are some amazing options for you. Also, if you're local, there are probably some things that you've not thought of before. So let's go ahead and get started with free things to do in Austin. Let's go ahead and start with some things to do that are outside. Of course, if you're here in July and August, it's gonna be really hot, but it is worth checking out some of these things. The most iconic thing to do in Austin is probably to go see the bats fly out from the Congress Bridge. They're here between March and October typically, and they tend to fly out right at sunset. The good news is if you live downtown, you're not gonna have a lot of mosquitoes because the bats are out. The actual physical going to watch the bats is a little anticlimactic though, but it is pretty cool. They are simply swirling underneath the bridge, and then they come out and they fall and fly out along the tree line out to get their night's dinner. So yes, that's probably the most iconic thing to do for free while you're in Austin. Number 2, being outside. Go to Zilker Park and do some frisbee golf. I'm not a good frisbee person, but frisbee golf is a great thing to do in Zilker Park in spring or summer or even in the fall. Okay, it's 100 and something degrees in summer, so maybe you don't want to be doing frisbee golf in August. Number 3, the next thing close to the bats and Zilker is the hike and bike trail. It is a 10-mile loop around downtown. It's actually around Lady Bird Lake, or what was used to be called Town Lake, and it runs from the east side all the way on the north side of the lake down to Mopac and back along the south side of the lake back out to the east side. It's a 10-mile loop, and there are tons of people out there all of the time, day and night, rain or shine. People are out there. They're walking their dogs, they're biking, no scooters out there. It's a great place to go hang out. And you know what? There is a theory out there that Austin and Lady Bird Lake has a vortex, and right there on that hike and bike trail, you can feel the most amazing energy. Also close to the hike and bike trail and Zilker Park, you can go to Barton Springs Pool. Now, Barton Springs is actually, there is a fee to go to Barton Springs Pool. It's $9 for adults, but if you go between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m., it's free. So I don't know if you're an early morning person. It would be too cold for me at 68 degrees to go see Barton Springs between 5 and 8 a.m., but there are a lot of people out there swimming at that time of day. So if you're looking for a time to go for free, then 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. is the thing to do. Now, of course, if you like Barton Springs Pool but don't want to pay it and the fees, and you don't want to go 5 to 8 a.m., you can go to what is called Barking Springs Pool, where all the dogs are. It is right on the opposite side of the fence of the Barton Springs Pool. There's a tiny little waterfall, and you see tons of dogs, people out there hanging out all day long with their coolers, and that is free. So if you want to go to Barton Springs, not 5 to 8 a.m., and you want to take your dog, then the best thing to do is to go right next door past the fence of Barton Springs and go to Barking Springs. In addition to being the Abundant Traveler, I am actually a realtor and real estate broker here in Austin, Texas. So if you're looking to relocate here or want to know more information about real estate in Austin, make sure to reach out to me. I put the link of all my details in the description below. So let's continue on with things to do outside. Next is to go see the murals. Austin is quite famous for all of its murals. You can go take your picture, do Instagram. It's a great place to do Instagram. There are a couple that I recommend. The first one is I Love You So Much at Joe's Coffee on South Congress. I also love You Are My Butter Half, which is over on the east side. I believe it's on East 12th. And then, of course, you have to do the iconic Greetings from Austin on South 1st. Those three are probably the top 3. There are some amazing murals to see, plenty all around South Congress, the east side specifically, and as well as around UT campus, but those 3 are my top 3. One free thing I love doing on the weekend is going to the farmers markets. Of course, it's free to go, but I end up spending a ton of money on all the goodies that are there. We have Barton Creek Mall has the Barton Creek Farmers Market on Saturdays. Also, the Republic Square, downtown Austin, has a farmers market on Saturday, and then on Sunday, which is a big one, so many amazing things there, is the Mueller or Miller Farmers Market over on the east side. The final, well, it's not final, but it's where I'm gonna end on the outside things to do. Go see the Cathedral of Junk. Now you have to book it in advance, but it's actually free and they do take donations, of course. It's in South Austin and it's super fun to go visit, hang out, take some Instagram photos, and see all the junk that this particular guy has collected in his backyard. Now we have covered some activities that are outside. Let's talk about some walking trails and some hiking that are quite amazing. Number one is the Tejano Trail. It is a 4.9-mile walk on the east side of Austin. You can stop at the 24 Stops, which tells you a little bit about post-Civil War and the Hispanic area that is how East Austin grew. You can also hike the Barton Creek Greenbelt, which is gorgeous every moment of the year. It is a wonderful place starting at Barton Springs Pool and goes all the way through South Austin. If you also want to do a short hike, then I recommend going to Mount Bunnell. It's actually more steps than it is a hike. And you can go up there and you can watch the sunset and look over Lake Austin and see all the beautiful homes below you. You can see to the east and to the west, you can see the Pennybacker Bridge and all the way, basically all the way to downtown. Speaking of the Pennybacker Bridge, that is the iconic Austin Bridge that has the metal like this over Lake Austin. You can actually hike up both sides of the Pennybacker Bridge and take a look at Lake Austin, the Pennybacker Bridge. You can also watch the sunset from up there. I do have to say that both Mount Bunnell and the Pennybacker Bridge at sunset are really busy with lots of people up there. So if you're a morning person, maybe you can head up there for sunrise instead of sunset. So if you are interested in a 3-day itinerary about Austin, some of my favorite things to do, including restaurants and activities, you can go to the description below and download my 3-day guide for Austin. It's great, it's free, just download it below. Now that we've talked about hiking, and there's plenty of hikes to do that I didn't mention, so if you'd like to know more, just reach out to me. Also, outdoor activities. Let's talk about some things to do inside, and especially if you're here in the middle of the summer, you want some things to do inside. It's summer right now. I know I keep bringing that up, but it is hot hot right now. Number one I recommend is going to the flagship Whole Foods. Whole Foods is a international company, but the original Whole Foods, and it actually began here, the flagship store is based at 6th and Lamar. It's really cool. You can go inside, go get a drink in the back. That's not free, but you can go to Bar Lamar in the back. Check out what's going on in the Whole Foods. Number two, there are a couple of museums that I recommend that have free days. First is the Laguna Gloria, which is a contemporary art museum here in Austin, and it is free on Thursdays. Also, you can go to the Blanton Museum and it is free on Tuesdays. Also, the Thinkery, which is for kids over in Miller or Mueller area, it is free on Sunday afternoons, sort of mid-afternoon. I think it's from 3 to 5 p.m. So if you're looking for some museums that have free days, those are what I'd recommend. Another cool thing to do for free is to go see the Governor's Mansion. It is free, but you have to book it at least a week in advance, and it is closed in June and July for repairs and maintenance. But it is a cool thing. It's a short tour, maybe only 20 minutes, but it is worth going to see. Also, while you're at the Governor's Mansion, you can pop over to the state capitol. You can have a look inside. The tour is $20, but you can have a look and see what is happening. And also, it's really cool Instagram photos to stand in front of the state capitol. Did you know that our state capitol is the mirror image of the United States Capitol, except I think ours is 1 foot taller. So that's typical. Everything's bigger and better in Texas. Well, we did it even with our state capitol. Another cool thing to see for free inside is the Austin Public Library. Well, you may think that libraries aren't that exciting, but it is a beautiful contemporary building downtown, and they have a rooftop terrace. So if you just want to hang out, they also have a restaurant, so if you're looking for snacks as well. But that rooftop terrace is beautiful, and you see views of downtown and Lady Bird Lake. The final thing I recommend to go peruse inside is not too far from the Austin Library, and it is Waterloo Records. Waterloo Records is a very famous vinyl shop, basically at 6th and Lamar, very near the Whole Foods. It is so cool to go in there. You can see vintage vinyl as well as new vinyl. It's just a really cool place to go peruse. And also, if you're looking for a particular album, the guys there are so knowledgeable and they'll be able to help you find exactly what you need, either here or afar. So now that we're on the subject of music, let's talk about some free music venues and free things to see while you're in Austin, or if you're local, you should be going to these. Number one is ABGB, which is the Austin Brewery and Beer Garden on Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7. There are some amazing dancers that are there. You can hang out, listen to live music. It's incredible, incredible. Any time of the year, it is so much fun to go to the ABGB on a Sunday afternoon. I also, if you're a Sunday afternoon person, there's so many places to go on a Sunday afternoon, actually. You can go to Jenny's Little Longhorn and go to Chicken Shit Bingo. Yes, it is Chicken Shit Bingo. You can actually buy a ticket for $2 or $5, and you can bet on where the chicken is gonna, you know what, when they put it in a cage on a bingo board. Also live music there, incredible country music there as well. Also on a Sunday for live music, if you're gonna be on South Congress, and going to South Congress and wandering up and down for free on the weekend is so much fun. But on a Sunday, you can go to Joe's Coffee around 12:30, and they have live music there. You'll see a few dancers. And then you can go over to Guero's, which is just up the street, also on the west side of the street, as well as Joe's, and you can listen to live music there. There, sometimes they have sort of country-ish, but they have blues and they have jazz. Great music there in the afternoon, and that starts around, I'd say around 3 o'clock. So a couple of great places, great venues to see on South Congress on the weekend. If you're going to South Congress for the weekend and gonna be there on a Sunday afternoon, make sure it's not free, but make sure after you've done Joe's and you've done Guero's, go over and watch Hay Bale at the Continental Club. More incredible music in Austin. If you're here in summer, then you can go to Blues on the Green, which is at Zilker Park in July for a couple of nights. You can also go see in summer on Sunday evenings around 7 o'clock. You can see the symphony performing on the Long Center lawn, which is really cool. You can bring a picnic, tons of people out there. It's a lot of fun. Enjoy the afternoon looking at downtown Austin behind you. So before I wrap this up, I want to offer a couple festivals that are free and fun to see. One is the Pecan Street Festival, and it is on E6 or Dirty 6, and it's in the spring and early fall. Lots of artists there, lots of fun things to do, also tons of snacks and live music. And the final one is the Kite Festival. It's typically at the end of March, but this year it was the 1st of April. It's beautiful to go to Zilker Park and see all of the gorgeous kites flying overlooking downtown Austin. It is a very fun, even if you're not gonna fly a kite, it is so beautiful to go down to Zilker Park on that weekend and see all of the kites flying. So that sums up my free things to do in Austin. I appreciate you watching this video. Make sure to watch my other videos on Austin. I am a local as well as a traveler. So thanks so much for watching. I'm Kim, the Abundant Traveler, and I'll see you on the next video, and hopefully I'll get to see you in Austin very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.